Des Moines, Iowa. With a population of over 200,000 people, it's the Hawkeye State's largest city.
Somewhere I read that Des Moines was like one of the richest metros in like the country.
According to the U.S. News and World Report, Des Moines beats out popular cities such as Raleigh, North Carolina, and Dallas, Texas. Des Moines' median income is over $62,000. Sean, did you know Des Moines has the fifth lowest poverty level in America?
Really?
Yeah.
That's impressive.
You know, when I felt like I had nobody, I had hit rock bottom, you know, losing everything. I almost lost my mind.
Like Angela, over 30,000 people in America's richest metro are homeless. Thankfully, there's hope of a second chance.
In 2010, I had a traumatic event.
This is where Angela's story begins, a single mom with a hope for a new beginning.
I left my apartment, my home, with me and my daughter, with 2 bags. 2 bags of clothes. I left my couch for her pictures, her ultrasound pictures. I left everything. I left with 2 bags of clothes, literally.
After a few months of sleeping on couches, Angela's living situation seemed to be looking up.
I got my own home on 88th Street in West Des Moines. Very nice area, right across the street from Dritter Creek Mall. Oh, it was so awesome. 2-bedroom, 2-bath, attached garage. It was huge.
Unfortunately, Des Moines was not exempt from the national economic crisis.
I got laid off in March of 2011. I lost my home in July of 2011. That's when it started.
From then, Angela's life took a turn for the worst.
It was about at my wits' end, I have to say. You know, I was tired. I had considered giving my daughter up to my sister because I wasn't for sure if I could take care of her. But I was a temp at Wells Fargo Home Mortgage, and I worked there. Started that job in November. $13.50 an hour, actually. I was excited because I was like, you know, it was a possible temp to hire, and I was excited about this job. I was like, I'm going to work and build up and stuff like that, and I was even able to give my daughter a $400 Christmas. Don't know what I was thinking, but I figured since I lost so much and she took a bunch of it, she doesn't understand. I try to, which can be viewed as a bad way, but I was trying to give back to her, which even now she's afraid to lose the littlest thing, you know.
Angela's bad luck continues, but this time the economy is not at fault.
I ended up getting injured December 30th, 2011, and they fired me the next working day.
When Angela felt it was almost time to give up, faith stepped in.
It has been a very much so humbling experience that you know that there's no way they can get out this situation except God, you know, and you sit down and pray. I don't do everything right, but I'm not where I used to be.
This is the home of the Interfaith Hospitality Network. Inside, one can find a group of individuals hoping to make a difference in the lives of others.
When IHN was kind of in its developmental stage, there was a group of folks who got together, and they asked 2 questions. One was, is there another family shelter that's needed in Des Moines? And if there is there a group of congregations who can come together and be a network? And then looking at the first question, what they realized was, yeah, there is a need for another family shelter, and specifically a shelter that will accept the entire family.
I'm the senior pastor at Westminster Presbyterian Church here in Des Moines, and we have had a long-term relationship with IHN, and downstairs in our lower level, IHN has their offices here. Also, we have provide a daycare of sorts for at least 3 families from IHN, and they're here up to 90 days, and they can get extensions beyond that. We provide a large day room where they can sit and watch TV and do other activities, study, prepare work, and then they each have their own room, a bedroom, because so many times they do not get enough they don't get enough sleep when they're at the shelter. Sometimes they are not able to have privacy, so this provides them that opportunity.
Some work for IHN because of the program's values.
I appreciated their philosophy. They treated the parents as adults. They had a philosophy of empowering the parents to start out with the goals that were set being goals that the parents had identified and not goals that we thought that they needed to do. And also because of the nurturing and support that the kids receive from their interaction with the volunteers and the staff in the program.
Being homeless, it puts you at this low, you know what I mean? And that, you know, nobody cares. People are going to treat you like you're dirty and things like that, which, you know, stereotypes, you know, can kill anybody, you know. But with them, they treat us as far as, you know, equal, you know, or not homeless, or just, I guess, part of a family, how you would treat a guest, you know.
I met a young lady down at the YWCA, and she had five kids, and she didn't have a car. And I gave her a ride back because I knew she wasn't going to make it back here by 5 o'clock to catch the van. And we just kind of talked in the car. And so I had an extra car in my driveway, and I gave her a car, and I got a job for her at a retirement home that I was working at.
Oh, wow. Why did you do that?
Just felt compelled to do it, I guess.
Some people have bad things to say about the church, you know, and which in reality, you know, church is not base. It's still earth. People are imperfect, you know.
Most congregations and most people within those congregations are very caring. Often, they just don't know where to turn to be helpful. And it's frustrating because they see at times people taking advantage of the system, or they just don't know about the system. But I think when people are educated, and that's why IHN is so helpful, when they see the process and the struggle, and they're able to personalize homelessness and see that these are real people with real issues, real loves, real cares, real ambitions, then it really stretches an individual church member to see what really is going on, that there is actual need, and not all of us were blessed with a stable upbringing.
Prayer comes in a lot of different ways, and I probably tend to be more of an action prayer kind of person, where when you serve, when you do something like that, it's a prayer.
I have been blessed with the opportunity of being able to come here every day and see the families grow from the time they start to the time they end.
She's got a job, and to see that move in a tough economy where she's making it and starting, and you know, you don't go over the mountain in one giant leap. It's just one step at a time.
When they first come, often they're very shy, they're very withdrawn, as are their children. And to see through that period of 3 months or however long it is, watching them kind of blossom and become more confident, more outgoing, happier, you see it in their children. And I just love coming up, and as the people get to know me a little better, the kids come up and say hi.
And to see Angel, where she wasn't talking before, and now to talk, and she's been on my pant leg all night and screaming, and it just touches your heart.
Welcome, PC.
Say, my name is Angel.
Angel.
Say, I'm 3 years old.
How old are you?
Oh, that's a new one. That's pretty smart. That's still 3.
Meet Angel.
Sitting process to go over.
Wow, nice one.
That's okay. You're such a diva.
I know. Like, oh. Okay, yeah. Very high energy. Oh, wow. The drama queen. I tapped her on her head and she's so injured.
Okay.
So.
Now, you meet quite a few people in IHN. Do you have any personal stories of someone who has touched your life in a way, or?
She's becoming more open than what I really want her to be. She's even like yelling at everybody, hi, hi, you know, and she'll sit down and talk to people, but she'll stop talking when I come around. You know, I think she's talking behind my back. But I think it's kind of, IHN kind of gave her that stability because it was longer than 30 days. Even though we moved every week, we were still at the same day center. We worked with the same people. We were around with the same family until recently because we all came in like within a week.
Now, after 90 days of living in churches across the Des Moines area, Angela and Angel are moving into a home.
It hasn't really hit me yet, you know. I think tomorrow it's gonna really hit me. Cause I've like been here, and you know, even the families that you've been around while here, you know, it's like I think kind of branching off and doing the fight on your own, I guess. You know, encouraging yourself every day instead of depending on somebody else to encourage you. You know, see my life really out of me now. Harder than what I thought. I lied. It wasn't tomorrow. It was today.
Great. I'm sad to see her go. I'd love to keep everybody here, but you know, if we are an emergency shelter, and she's ready for the next step.
That whether or not you're homeless, even if you are homeless, I should say, people want to get out. They want to better their lives, and it breaks that stereotype of, well, they're homeless because they're lazy, or they're homeless because they're addicted to drugs, or they're homeless because they want to just play the system. This shows and breaks the stereotype that they're just lazy. It shows that everyone wants to have the benefits of life. And I was so impressed by the way she made her daughter her first priority. All the decisions that she's made, and they've been very difficult decisions from what she's told me, to get to the point of having independence again, her daughter was always her first priority.
We stood together. You know, we fought through it all, even when it looked hopeless. I mean, I didn't think I would. I didn't know where I was going to be, where I was going to go, you know, and or what I was going to do. But I hope she sees that that you can get through hard times, and it's not depending on it's not, what is that saying? It's not depending on like the hand that you're given, but how you play it. You play it the best way you know how. And I hope that's what she learns from my life. So even the negative part, she can get a positive out of it. I hope she does.